materialistic universe where everything is changing.
Well, you're assuming that because it's materialistic, everything is changing, and therefore that has some validity to the
Evolution
thought.
is, man. Evolution is change over time.
Everything changing is not necessarily evolution, because evolution is biological. That's what you're referring to, isn't it?
Okay, fine. Chemicals and biological chemistry is changing all the time. That is what evolution is. It's change over time.
Yeah, it's changing over time. So what does that got to do with logic?
Well, because logic has never changed, and it's objective.
Exactly. Logic cannot change.
Okay, so my question is, how does that work in an evolutionary process?
Because logic
How does that
cannot
work?
change. Because
logic should change, morality should change, you should change, I should change. Everybody should not have the same morality.
You're asking a question such as, if you can swim in the ocean, what does that have to do with a Boeing 777? The two aren't related.
No. What I'm saying is that you, as a materialistic person, supposing we all lived in materialism, okay, I'll give it to you. We all were evolved over billions of years.
Okay.
Why should my brain care about what your brain is doing? Why should I think the same way as you? My brain is different than yours.
So your brain is different than mine. Okay, your particular.
Its is different. Its phys is different. Its chemistry is different.
Okay.
But we just so happen, hold on, we just so happen to have laws of logic that have never changed. We happen to have laws of morality that have never changed.
No, laws of morality so-called laws of morality have changed, because that's your particular argument. How is somebody going to...
back when?
No, your argument stemmed from how do we know that the terrorism is immoral, right?
Yes,
and then your objective truth was founded upon the Bible, and the Bible is founded upon this Jesus Christ, who is or was God, and that's the objective truth. But unless for you to have objective truth, you have to have verifiable evidence. Yes or no?
Yeah. I don't know what verifiable evidence means to you, because see, I tried to give you some evidence, but you reject it.
But right now, the question posed to you, it has to have verifiable evidence. Yes or no?
Of course it has to have evidences. We don't
so
live
in other words,
blind faith.
Jesus Christ truly exists, there has to be verifiable evidence that he not only existed, but that he is God. Yes or no?
Of course, if he wasn't God and he doesn't true, then none of us would be true.
Good. So are you agreeing that there has to be verifiable evidence in order for somebody to believe in God? Then Jesus Christ, your particular God.
Well, Joe, you're right on the mark. That's exactly right, because that's why I reject. Hold on, that's why I reject all the other religions, because I believe my religion, my faith, is the only one true faith.
Well, see, right then and there, you've already contradicted yourself by introducing the term faith.
How did I contradict myself?
Faith means you believe in something without necessarily having evidence.
No, we did not say that was the definition.
I didn't say you said it, but that's what faith is.
No, it's not actually. But faith is trusting in. Faith is trust. Faith is believing. Okay, the word belief and trust come from all of those circles.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I could have, hold on, I can believe with my faith that the flying spaghetti monster exists. It doesn't mean he truly exists.
That's right.
So there has to be, but your definition just a moment ago was faith is something that you believe that's unseen. That's not necessarily what...
I didn't say that, but I said faith means you do not necessarily have to have verifiable evidence. And you're proving that by saying the spaghetti monster, because of my faith, could be true. And I'm saying, sure, because of your faith.
I reject that. What I'm saying is you do have to have, you have to have verifiable evidence.
So let's go with that.
In order to confirm, hold on, to confirm, not all the religions, here's something me and you would definitely agree on right now. Not all religions in the world are true. It can't be true because they contradict one another. So the question becomes, which one of those religions is true? Are there multiple truths? Well, if you follow any laws of logic at all, then that can't be an accurate answer. I had a person tell me they believe that as long as you believe it in your heart and you can verify with your heart that religion is true, your religion is true. And I asked them, can Jesus be Michael the Archangel and not Michael the Archangel at the same time? He said no. I said, you know what you did there? He goes, what's that? I said, you are confirming the law of non-contradiction. So no, not all religions are true. There's only one true.
Yeah, but now we're not talking about whether
true,
or not
but they can't all be true.
That's true. So, in order to find out whether the religion that you believe in is true, you've already stated that it has to have verifiable evidence. So
that's a whole other talk for another time for you to call, my friend, because that's a long answer. Oh, I know it's not satisfying to you. I know it's not satisfying to you because you want a quick answer to a very long
Well,
answer,
you want
actually.
it to be long in order for you to continue your discussion and your confirmation.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. I am justifying. But
I know you're rationalizing.
I am justifying. You asked me to justify my faith. You said, what verifying evidence do you have to tell me that your religion is true? I can go into a million different paths with that answer.
Well, pick one. Now listen.
I'm not going to do that, sir, because I'm not going to belittle my faith in front of you.
Well,
you don't have enough time to go through that answer. And I already gave you some answers.
No problem. If
you don't
have
like
time,
it.
You don't have time.
So if I gave you 1,000 answers, would it satisfy you?
If you gave me one logical answer, it would satisfy me.
Your logic is, if I don't like it, then it's not true.
No, I'm asking you for verifiable evidence.
You already verified that by rejecting the idea that you have to repent and put your trust in Jesus in order to ignite salvation. You completely rejected that.
Exactly correct. Now you're going to have to prove.
Okay, then you just proved my point, sir.
No, I didn't prove your point. That's a different direction from the.
You just said, give me some evidence, and I said, and I responded back, and I said, well, I gave you some evidence. The problem is that you don't like the evidence that I give you.
Well, why
and you said, well, that's not true at all.
Well, if you believe in the evidence that strongly, sock it to me.
Could you confirm that Jesus did not live historically?
No, I can't.
So how do you know that Jesus isn't the Son of God?
How do I know that he isn't?
Yeah, how do you know he's not the Son of God?
Well, if he was, then why would we have the kind of world that we're in?
It's called sin. It's called corruption of man ever since Adam and Eve.
Right. So this all-loving, all-knowing, all-omniscient, all-merciful God, even though we have this free will, which is going to be your next argument, which is, of course, fallacious, you're going to say that because man corrupted God's will towards us. Isn't that it?
Well, what is good? I want to know what is good to you in your world. You see, in your materialistic world, good, bad doesn't really exist.
Well, how do you know good or bad doesn't exist?
Well, I believe that good and bad does exist because of my worldview, but according to your worldview, in a materialistic universe, you're kind of like what Richard Dawkins says. You've attributed to me the materialistic
universe. Did I say anything about a materialistic universe? You did. So you attributed to me your projection.
Do you not believe in evolution? Are you an evolutionary creature, an evolutionary believer?
I don't know if evolution is accurate or not.
So how do you know? Okay, so you're coming in with your objections and your opinions, right? So the question I've asked you from the beginning, I will still hold on to.
All right, I'll put myself into the hot seat to satisfy your weak attempt to do so. So you're going to ask me, how do I know that God does not exist? Because
you can't verify it.
Well, that's true. You can't. So if you can't verify, you're the ones who are saying God exists. I'm saying, how do you know? I don't have to prove to you that I know or don't know. You, the one making the claim, you have to prove why you believe in it. But like I said, I'll put myself in the hot seat so I can show you how you can answer a question.
Okay.
I do not know.
Right. Hey,
do not know whether or not, to answer your question, if Jesus Christ historically existed. But that doesn't negate the fact that your claim is he did, and as the God, he is the one responsible for the objective morality, which is what you say stems from the Bible. Now, all of that right? Okay. So, I don't know that.
No, well, I disagree with you, but yeah, well, I know what you're saying.
And I don't know I don't know that this person is God, but I do know that if he is God. He is not the Christian God that you and other people believe in, because a Christian God who is all good, all merciful, all just, all knowing, all powerful, would not allow his creatures who are in his image to exist on this planet the way that we do.
But what you just did there, hey Joe, what you just did there though is you mischaracterized the God that I believe in, who is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
No, what I did was characterize. No. I characterize.
Yes, you did. You don't know. Hold on, Joe. You don't know my God, and he is all loving. He is all knowing. Hold on, I'm going to tell you, man. I'm going to give you the answer.
All right.
Okay. He is all knowing. He is all powerful. Right. He is all loving. But Joe, check this out. He is also a judging God. Mm-hmm. And it's not that he is indifferent to people or racist, and he's not this big cosmic meaning.
So
it's that God, hold on, Joe, I'm going to give you the answer. It's that he judges man. He judges. So the fact that he sent a flood into the world and destroyed the entire planet is because of his judgment. The fact that he sent Jesus to die. Hold on, Joe. The fact that he sent Jesus to die is his judgment. The fact that people go to hell is because of his judgment. The fact that he killed his own people, the Jews,
so then
is his own judgment.
Would you say then he's all merciful or just all good?
He is merciful because God's very character is one of mercy and grace and love and judging.
Okay. And you don't see the grand contradiction in that?
No, I do not.
Well, then I can't help you, because there are people who do believe in, pink bunnies and are wrapped up in their own particular...
Well, why don't you explain, Joe, why that's a contradiction?
Because if he's all good and all merciful, he would not allow even one single human being, regardless of the free will in that, to go to heaven.
No, that's completely an inaccurate depiction of God.
Well,
the problem here, Joe, is that Joe, you're missing one. Hey, Joe,
I'll finish.
Joe.
You want me to finish?
Go ahead.
If he is all good, all merciful, meaning all the time, anytime, everywhere, to everybody, he will not. If he already created heaven, from which the bad angels became devils, why can't he create another heaven and allow us to just reside in that heaven without having to go through this hell on earth?
So Joe, my heaven would look like that too. My heaven would look exactly like yours. The problem is that we're not God. Let me finish let me answer your question here. Mm-hmm. Let me answer this. The problem is you're missing one really key element to this whole shish kebab here that you're explaining. Yes, God is merciful, he is kind, he is gracious. He is also a judging God because of one element of human that does not belong in his presence. And that's because by nature we are sinful. And because we're sinful and we are corrupt, it doesn't belong in the presence of God. Now, praise the Lord, he has given us a way out. The problem here, Joe, is that we reject it. Mm-hmm. Just like the Jews rejected it 2,000 years ago, we do the same thing today.
I understand. I've had the arguments done before by other people.
That's not an answer you like. I can understand that.
I got the answer. I have a question for you. Have you ever, well, I'm not going to use a Silver Surfer analogy, but let's say there was this gigantic supernatural creature that came to Earth and said, Earthlings, you are now under my will. You will do what I want. I will take away whatever I want to take away and allow you to live whatever life I allow you to live. And as it turns out, this supernatural creature who came to Earth now has the morality of a Hitler. In other words, you have to do whatever he wants you to do or suffer the consequences.
Correct.
Would you want to believe in that particular type of supernatural being?
I could, but it wouldn't define love.
Okay. So you would reject that particular type of person because, doesn't have love. Now, let's say
No. That's not what I said, Joe. I said that wouldn't define love.
That wouldn't define love.
Love by definition, Judge, listen. Love by definition is freely given, freely received.
Look, I'll tell you
agree?
what. The discussion that you and I have had. the discussion you and I have had was over 5 minutes ago when you didn't realize the contradiction.